He's 18 years old, he makes up to 20 grand a week, and he only works 2 hours a day.
AI in short form video editing, TikToks, Reels, YouTube Shorts. My dad walked out, so my mom had to work like 16-hour shifts at 2 different jobs. Short form is booming. Everyone wants TikTok clips, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts. Most of them are like, can you make me go viral on TikTok? All the time. They'll be like, you're 18, what do you know? Dude, don't waste hours playing video games. Learn this AI stuff. Identify a booming market. Master the tools that save time and hustle harder than anyone else.
Hi AI. Today we've got someone who's about to blow your mind. He's 18 years old, he's from Estonia, it's Eastern Europe, and he makes up to 20 grand a week, and he only works 2 hours a day. And he promised to share his strategies so you can copy it just after the podcast ends and start making money literally from your couch. Also, you can go down to the description to get his free guide on AI editing tools. Further in the video, our guests will explain how to use all of them and start making money. So keep up, listen carefully, and be ready. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Alexander.
Thanks for having me. Honestly, if you told me last year that I'd be making this kind of money, I'd say you're nuts, but here I am.
Yeah, right, that's really nuts. 20 grand a month. Oof. Seriously, I'd be skeptical if I hadn't seen the receipts myself. Alex, you gotta tell us, how is this even possible?
Basically, I'm leveraging AI to do most of the heavy lifting in short form video editing, TikToks, Reels, YouTube Shorts, and I've managed to scale it so that I can pull in serious income while barely breaking a sweat. Firstly, I did everything myself, but now we are scaling and I run a team of 5 guys helping me. I'm just an average kid who figured out how to, automate the boring stuff and then charge premium rates for a service that's exploding in demand right now. It's all about working smart, not hard.
Yeah, right, smart. Well, Alex, you are only 18, yet you earn more in a week than many people do in a month or even a year. Where did this drive come from?
Honestly, I think it came from feeling like super powerless growing up. I mean, there were days when I couldn't even afford a bus ticket to get to school. I just kept thinking, there's gotta be a better way. So yeah, that sense of, being broke and wanting to help my family kind of lit a fire in me. I was like, I'm not gonna stay stuck in this situation. And I guess the rest is history, right?
Right, history. Well, Alex, when you tell people you made 20K a week, working just 2 hours a day, what's their typical reaction? And how does that make you feel?
And I usually get this look of total disbelief, like I'm either lying or doing something sketchy. It's hilarious, but I get it. I mean, if someone told me that a year ago, I'd be like, there's no way. But when I show them the screenshots of my earnings or literally show my live Fiverr orders, they freak out. It makes me feel proud, but also kind of shocked, like this is really my life.
Well, Alex, tell us about your home life before all this success. Paint the picture of those really tough days.
Then it was just me, my mom, and my little sister. My dad walked out, so my mom had to work like 16-hour shifts at 2 different jobs. We lived in this tiny apartment. Sometimes we even had no heat in winter. It was rough. I remember seeing my mom come home totally exhausted and she'd still try to cook us dinner and help with homework. That's when I realized I gotta do something. I couldn't just watch her struggle.
Oof. Your father left, your mother worked 16 hours days. How did those challenges shape your hunger for financial freedom?
Man, it made me see life differently. I didn't want to end up in that same cycle, barely making ends meet. First, it was all about survival, right? But then I started thinking bigger. Like, if I ever have my own family, I want to give them everything. So that hunger, it's like an everyday motivation. It's almost like an obsession. I never want my mom or my sister to stress about money again. Yes.
Oh, that's very strong, like real man thoughts. But at the same time, that's very emotional, right? Was there a specific moment when you thought, I can't live like this anymore, and decided to make a drastic change?
I remember one night, my mom came home and she just collapsed on the couch. She was so tired, she could barely speak. This is insane. That very night, I jumped on YouTube, searching how to make money online or something cheesy like that. I just knew I had to do something. And I stayed up until like 3 a.m., going down the rabbit hole of video editing, AI, freelancing. That was the spark.
Alex, you stumbled upon AI editing through YouTube. What was the very first tool or trick that convinced you that was the future?
I'd say CapCut's AI background remover was the game changer for me. Before that, I tried manually cutting out backgrounds in other editing software, and it was a nightmare. It took ages. Then I saw a tutorial where you could literally click one button and bam, it's done. That's when I realized, wait, this is the edge. This AI stuff isn't just hype.
Why short form content? Why not something more solid, mainstream like traditional YouTube editing?
Because short form is booming. Everyone wants TikTok clips, Instagram reels, YouTube shorts. The attention span of viewers is like super short. These influencers, they're always looking for quick turnarounds to stay relevant and go viral. Figured, why not offer something that's in massive demand? Plus, the volume is huge. You can edit 5 or 10 short clips in the time it might take to do one long YouTube video.
When you realized you could automate most editing tasks with AI, what was going through your head? Relief, excitement, maybe disbelief?
All of the above. Like, I was pumped because I'm not a super advanced video editor. My skill level was decent, but not pro. With AI, it's like I could jump to a higher level overnight. I didn't need to do the tedious stuff anymore. Freed me up to do more creative edits or just handle more clients. So, yeah, I felt unstoppable.
Mm, do you know some people say AI is, cheating or killing creativity? How do you respond to that?
I get it. AI can do a lot of the heavy lifting, but it's not killing creativity, it's evolving it. I still make the final decisions, which clip to pick, what style to go for, how the transitions feel. AI just helps me get there faster. It's like using a calculator versus doing math by hand.
Well, let's talk about building your business at the age of 18. How to even begin pricing your services? Did you start cheap and then ramp up your rates, or did you go high ticket right away?
Honestly, I started super cheap, like ridiculously cheap, just to get my foot in the door. I remember charging $10 for a TikTok edit. The idea was do a killer job, gather killer reviews, and then slowly inch my prices up. Once I had like 25-star reviews, I doubled my rates overnight. Funny thing, people still paid because I delivered fast and the quality was solid.
Well, could you please walk us through your typical day? What does 2 hours of work 2 hours of work look like for you?
Sure. So I usually wake up around 9 or 10, check my client messages, see who needs what, delegate the tasks to the team, and pick job for myself. Batch my editing, CapCut, or Gling to handle the bulk cuts, maybe do a quick pass in Opus Clip. I finalize each video, slap on captions, send it over to the client. That's it. The rest of the day, I'm either brainstorming new ideas or just chilling with friends.
Yeah, right. Do you think you've tapped into a golden era for a short form content? In our company, for example, we see tons of small businesses jump on this. Or is this just the beginning of someone even bigger?
I think it's definitely a golden era right now because short form is like everywhere. TikTok, Reels, Shorts, you name it. But it also feels like it's evolving nonstop. People want fresh stuff daily. Creators can't keep up without help. So yeah, I see it only getting bigger. Brands are waking up to it. Influencers can't live without it. We're basically just riding a wave that's about to get even bigger, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. Ads. How do you handle the flood of requests? At our company, we sometimes create AI agents that triage incoming tests for small businesses. Have you ever considered automating your workflow even further?
Great question. I used to say yes to everyone because I was worried about missing out. But once I hit a point where I literally couldn't keep up, I had to be picky. If someone seems sketchy or their vibe's off, I'll pass. I've turned down decent money, like a $3,000 gig, because the client was super controlling. I just can't deal with that stress.
Well, CapCut can remove backgrounds, upscale video, and smooth skin. Which features blew your mind the most?
I'd say the AI background remover, hands down. I mean, I've spent hours masking frames manually, like going frame by frame. It's so tedious. And CapCut was like, click one button, we got this. It literally saved me days of work. If a client wants text behind them or a custom backdrop, I can do it in seconds. Total game changer.
I'm sure you've heard about Adobe Podcast, the tool for transforming any audio into professional sounded podcast recording. I've personally adored this tool because I tried about a billion different, really billion different microphones and was never satisfied with the output quality. But this tool, oh god, it's marvelous.
I had a client who recorded in a busy cafe, like clinking cups, loud chatter, the whole 9 yards. The raw audio was basically unusable. Then I threw it into Adobe Podcast Enhance, and boom, it sounded like a pro studio session. I was actually shocked at how clean it got. Client was thrilled, so that was a huge win.
Before the podcast started, you showed me your PDF file with all the AI tools that you use in your work process. And you agreed to share it with everyone, so it is in the description down below. There I saw a tool, Opus Clip. It finds the most viral moments in your video. Do you trust its AI instinct more than your own at this point?
Sometimes, yeah, it's crazy. I'll watch a video and think, this is the best clip. Opus Clip will pick a totally different 15-second snippet that ends up doing better. It's not always perfect, so I still check them all, but it's like 80-90% spot on. Saves me hours of guesswork, which I love.
Another instrument is with AI that can churn out entire podcast clips. At our agency, we create agents for small businesses, and when we do this, we often worry about losing, like human touch. We don't want the responses and the whole communication process with that AI to look unnatural, especially on the client side. And at that point, are you ever concerned, and have you ever been concerned that editing might become too robotic?
I mean, it's a fair concern, but honestly, I still have final say. Even if V.AI chops it up automatically, I'll tweak the transitions or add my own flavor. AI gives you a head start, but at the end of the day, your personal edits, your style, that's what sets you apart. So I see it as enhancing my creativity, not replacing it. What's even better, do you know the problem when you have to spend 20% of the time on cutting bad takes? I got a tool that does it automatically. It's Gling.
Oh, so the tool removes bad takes? How do you balance speed with ensuring your edits maintain top quality?
That's where that final polish comes in. Gling is fantastic for skipping the boring bits, like if you flubbed a line 5 times in a row. But I'll still watch through once to make sure the pacing flows, the cuts feel natural. It might add like 10 or 15 minutes to the process, which is nothing. It's a small price for a top-tier result.
Let's talk about clients. You mentioned that you studied in Fiverr, Upwork, and Freelancer.com. What's the secret sauce to standing out on platforms flooded with freelancers?
I think it's a combo of speed, quality, and those initial reviews. People freak out when you deliver a fully edited reel in under 24 hours. Also, focusing on short-form niches, like super specific. My profile literally says AI-powered short-form wizard. Cheesy, but it works because clients want someone specialized, not a generalist who does everything half-baked.
Give us behind the scenes look at your DMs or emails. What do content creators usually ask for first?
Most of them are like, can you make me go viral on TikTok? They'll send me a 5-minute talking head video and say, just make it pop. Usually, they want engaging captions, maybe a cool effect or two, but they have no clue where to start. That's where I come in with these AI tools and transform it into something eye-catching in minutes.
Mm-hmm. Was there a moment when you realized I don't need to chase clients anymore? They are chasing me instead. And how did that happen?
Yeah, that was wild. One morning, I woke up to about 15 new DMs on Fiverr, completely unsolicited. Basically, like, saw your edits on so-and-so's channel. Can you do the same for me? That was the day I knew the brand I'd built, even as an 18-year-old, was becoming like a magnet. It's the best feeling because you can pick and choose who you work with.
Yeah, that's great. I wonder, have you ever had a difficult client who questioned your age or your ability? How did you handle that?
All the time. They'll be like, you're 18. What do you know? I just say, let me do one short for you, free of charge. If you hate it, no strings attached. 9 times out of 10, they come back with, wow, that was awesome. Here's the full project. I think results speak louder than age, you know?
Well, short form editing is huge right now, but do you see yourself expanding to full content strategy or bigger projects?
For sure. I already have a couple clients where I advise them on what to film and how to angle their branding. low-key their creative director. Of course, now I am working with some guys that I've hired. We are now like a small agency, hire a couple people and scale up. But I still love the editing process. I just want to keep pushing boundaries.
Well, for someone totally new, what's the fastest way to get decent at AI editing, like in 24 hours?
First, find some free tutorials on YouTube. There's a ton of them. Just type in CapCut AI editing tutorial or Descript basics. Watch, pause, do exactly what they do. Spend a few hours just messing around with random footage. It could even be your own phone clips. By the end of the day, you'll have the basics. Seriously, it's like cooking with a recipe. If you follow it, you'll have something edible. AI just makes it extra foolproof.
Could you walk us through the absolute bare minimum setup needed? What software, hardware, or budget?
You don't need a fancy studio or a $2,000 laptop, trust me. I started on a used laptop with like 8 gigs of RAM, barely enough. For software, CapCut is free, Descript has a free plan, and Glink offers some free credits. So your budget could literally be $0 if you're resourceful. Just a stable internet connection and enough space to store footage.
If a listener wanted to make their first $100 in the next week, what exact actions should they take today?
All right, here's the hustle. Set up Fiverr, like right after this podcast. Make your gig title super specific. AI short form video editing in 24 hours, or something catchy. Then offer a super low price for the first 5 clients, like 10 or 15 bucks. Over deliver like crazy, get those 5-star reviews, and by the end of the week, you should easily have made your first 100. Then you can up your rates. It's all about fast action.
What's the biggest mistake newbies make on freelance platforms that kills their chances of landing gigs?
I see a lot of people go too broad, like I can edit any kind of video. Nah, that's not going to stand out. You got to niche down. Focus on short form or podcast clips, or maybe wedding highlights, whatever you like. So communication is huge. If you're slow to respond or your proposals are generic copy-paste, clients bounce. Being quick and personal is the key.
Well, once you've got some momentum, how do you scale? When do you hire help or buy better equipment or upgrade to premium AI tools?
I say once you're consistently booked out, like you can't handle all the incoming requests, that's your sign. Upgrade your tools to get faster, or bring on a friend or a VA to handle the busy work. Bought a better laptop the second my old one started slowing me down. Premium AI subscriptions are worth it too. They often unlock features that save you even more time. Basically, reinvest your profits to level up.
Yeah, really simple. I wonder, as AI gets more advanced, do you see editing becoming fully automated? Will human editors become obsolete?
I don't think humans are going anywhere. AI can do the grunt work, like auto cuts, background removal, but there's still an art to storytelling that only a person can bring. The vibe, the pacing, the style, that's human magic. See AI as a tool, not a replacement. It's like having a super assistant, not a robot overlord.
Alex, in 5 years, do you see yourself still editing, or do you have bigger plans, like for launching your own multi-million AI-driven agency?
Do love editing. I'm already starting to move into more strategy, helping brands figure out their entire content plan. In 5 years, I could totally see myself growing my agency, or even creating a custom AI tool that streamlines editing for other creators, something that merges tech with creativity. I'm definitely thinking big.
If you could talk to a 14-year-old you, what would you say about the opportunity waiting with AI?
I'd be like, dude, don't waste hours playing video games. Learn this AI stuff. Real, I'd say. There's about to be a massive explosion in video content. Get in now. You'll thank yourself later. It's crazy how much difference a few years can make if you just dive in.
Alex, could you name one AI tool you couldn't live without, and one that you think is overrated?
Can't live without CapCut. It's just the ultimate all-rounder, background removal, auto captions, everything. Overrated? Probably some of those generic one-click miracle apps that promise viral videos in seconds. Half of them are just hype with no real substance.
Well, I wonder, what's the biggest misunderstanding people have about you, your business, or your AI editing?
They assume it's a get-rich-quick thing or that I must be scamming people. It's not. Put in work. Just because AI saves time doesn't mean I'm not hustling. People also think AI will do everything for you, but you still need to know how to craft a good edit and deliver what clients want.
Have you ever had to return a client's money because you couldn't deliver what they wanted?
I did once, actually. They wanted a super specific cinematic vibe, and I realized halfway through I was out of my depth. Tried my best, but it wasn't hitting their vision. So I gave them a full refund and apologized. Sometimes that's the best move for both sides.
For you, is this about money, freedom, proving yourself, or something else entirely?
I'd say it's mostly freedom. Having grown up with financial stress daily, making money was the key to not living that life anymore. Deeper than that, it's about proving that your circumstances don't define you. I want to show people, especially teenagers, hey, you can do big things, no matter where you start.
If you lost everything tomorrow, what's the first thing you'd do to rebuild everything?
Honestly, I just restart on Fiverr or Upwork. I know the formula, right? About my phone, record a quick intro video, set up a new profile, free AI tools, and get those first few gigs. The knowledge doesn't go away just because the money did. I'd be back on my feet in no time.
Fair enough. If you had to summarize your entire journey and strategy in only one sentence, what would it be?
Oh man, okay, one sentence? I'd say identify a booming market, master the tools that save time, and hustle harder than anyone else, then reap the rewards. That's basically my life philosophy in a nutshell.
I wonder one more thing. What's the number one myth about AI and making money online that you want to crush here and now?
That it's some kind of get rich quick scheme where the AI does everything for you and you just sit back. You still have to learn the tools, communicate with clients, and fine tune what the AI spits out. AI is powerful, but it's not a magic wand. You gotta put in real effort.
Well, for our listeners itching to start, what's the one crucial thing they must do right after this podcast ends?
Action immediately. Open your laptop, create a profile on Fiverr or Upwork, and make your first gig offering AI powered editing, even if you're still learning. Don't overthink it. Just dive in and refine as you go. That's how I started, and it's how you'll start making money fast.
So any final words or advice for the next generation who wants to replicate your success?
Don't let fear of failure stop you. If you're 14 or 40, it doesn't matter. Jump into AI, pick a niche you're excited about, and stay hungry. There's a huge content gold rush going on, and anyone who's willing to learn can cash in. Seriously, if I did it, so can you.
Uh, well, that was very thorough. I hope somebody will take seriously your success story and will enter this market, will take your advice and apply it in their real life. Thank you, Alex. It was nice. See you soon.